Hello, my name is Isabel Bush and I'm a Big Picture student at Five Islands Secondary College.
I have a deep passion for forensic psychology and neuroscience, which is evident in most of my big picture projects.
My Big Picture projects have spanned from how does science help us investigate the criminal mind to my current Year 12 project on the role of physical brain abnormalities in violent criminal behaviour. This project has been incredibly interesting as it looks at areas outside of neuroscience such as law and physics that you wouldn't really associate with a neuroscience-based project. This has allowed me to expand my learning outside of neuropsychology into areas that we know have and will continue to have a tremendous impact on the progression of neuroscience. Through my years of studying neuropsychology, Big Picture has allowed me to refine and build up my interests, and this stems from giving me time and the ability to find mentors and therefore outlearning and internships.
My interest in these areas started a few years ago while I was watching a documentary on a serial killer named Ted Bundy. I could not comprehend how someone could commit those acts deliberately, and so I started looking for answers through my Big Picture projects. I quickly understood that outlearning and learning from professionals would benefit my project tremendously, so I started branching out to anyone I could, which led me to Dr. Katrina Green, a neuropharmacologist at Molecular Horizons in the University of Wollongong. Through Dr. Green, I was able to work alongside PhD and honours students as they looked at the effectiveness of cannabidiol in treating and preventing oxidative stress, which exposed me to lab work and what I could expect as a PhD and honours student. This experience really pushed me to seek out more strictly science-based experiences, which is where my advisor directed me to SciEx at the University of New South Wales. I was accepted into the program and joined the Brain Atlas group, where I was taught how to use publicly accessible platforms such as the Allen Brain Atlas, which is used by scientists all over the world. On a smaller note, I had access to the 101 Gross Anatomy Laboratory, which was quite confronting at first. This experience gave me access to high-level tools to use in my project, but also showed me how confronting some aspects of university study can be. During my project, I came across a paper on a recent neuroscientific breakthrough done by two researchers in Melbourne. The researchers, Dr. Alex Finito and Dr. James Pang, had found that the shape of the brain had possibly more influence over brain function than its neural connections. I contacted both researchers about an interview with no expectation of them replying, but a few days later, both researchers said they'd be willing to do an interview. A few months after the interviews and emailing with Dr. Finito, I managed to secure outlearning at Monash Biomedical Imaging at Monash University. I worked with participants in cohort studies, observed how researchers used brain imaging machines, and talked to PhD students over the course of a week. This experience was incredible, and through this work, I am now certain that I want to do a PhD, but I am also not opposed to the idea of research in neuropsychology.
A strength I have as a student is my persistence. Whether it be for mentors, outlearning, internships, or interviews, I always manage to find my way around setbacks. Independence is a skill and attribute that I've had all my life, and is perhaps one of, if not the most important skill for a big picture student to have, as a lot of the work I do is on my own, with only sections of it being supported by mentors and other professionals. Big Picture motivates students to communicate with experts on the field, and from a skill that I struggled severely with in mainstream education, communication has quickly become the strongest skill that I have. I first heard about Big Picture in Year 9 through my mum's friend, and I decided to trial it for a term. I quickly fell in love with the style of learning and felt like I learned more in that term at Big Picture than I learnt in a year in mainstream schooling. What's distinctive about me is that I have a lot of real-world experience, such as working with the New South Wales Police Force, having lab exposure with PhD and honours students, but also working with brain imaging machines alongside two neuroscientists at Monash University. This exposure to different methods of research and ways of helping your community has furthered my interest into research in neuropsychology, as well as helping other people. After school, my goal is to get into the Bachelor of Psychological Sciences for 2026, and my long-term goal is to, of course, graduate as a neuropsychologist and consistently help others throughout my career.